So you can squirt.
No, squirt is not pee.
Touch Pierre's face for me, please. So if Molly says a chick squirting is pee, then men can.
You know who says that chicks can't pee?
Tell me, John.
I mean, you know who says that chicks can't squirt?
Get closer, Pierre. Let's get right up in there. Let the people know how you feel.
If a chick says she can't squirt, if a chick says it's not possible, it's because she doesn't know how to do it, and it's usually not her. It's going to be the dude trying to make her do it.
We should open squirt clinic.
I can totally fucking teach you how to squirt.
Bring your woman.
Bring your woman.
And a video camera.
We'll have her squirting within fucking 15 minutes.
If you're not really good at taking notes, bring a video camera.
We'll have her squirtable.
We'll prime her for you. We'll give you the pump.
She'll be a squirt gun. That's her stage name, squirt gun.
Don't run the pump dry, or then you're going to have to bring her back.
Yeah, you have to
reprimer her. It's like the Berkey filters.
Yeah, it is like the Berkey filters.
We'll sell you a kit.
You've seen a chick squirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah, fucking we literally had to pull the carpet up.
I haven't.
One of the triplets.
Yeah.
Like the whole, it literally looked like the roof leaked.
Yeah, that's the left on the list.
That's left on the list?
Yeah, the list is
last on the list.
Well, not last. It's up there. I kind of want to check that box.
I can just talk to her on the phone for 2 minutes.
Actually, even when you go live and she's next to me, I can just see her. She kind of it's like every third, fourth step, her knee kind of bucks out, and she's, you know what I mean? Like I'm walking around with a towel behind her, so I feel like you're 90% there, and you're not even talking to her.
Oh, she totally could do it.
Squirtle. Are we gonna do this live while we do this?
Are we live?
Yeah,
we've been running.
We've been running. Of course we're live. We came here to do a podcast.
Yeah. Okay, let me Kramer in the door here. 99-9.9.
99-9.9.
5:42, Tuesday, June 4th. What'd you learn today?
I learned that this man.
Who told you this?
I learned it with my own two eyes.
But who told you it?
You did, John.
What did I say?
Whatever fucking Jeff does.
Hold on. Let me show you here. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Come on.
Oh my god! Are we gonna get gas in the car?
That thing was my hands.
Are the tires inflated? Are we gonna be able to put everything in here? If we need to take a 17th car, I'll drive the 15th, 16th, and oh my god! Are we going to Atlanta?
See, it's not accurate.
The show in Atlanta?
It's not accurate.
Is the show this
week? I wasn't doing that stuff with my hands.
Hey, you know what'd be awesome?
I wasn't doing
if we did bring another car.
If let Pierre drive by himself.
What if we take a trailer and we put the car on the trailer so we have the extra car?
I got a better idea. The van has a trailer hookup. Let's just hook the Toyota Tacoma to the van and have Pierre
He didn't say that one too.
Come on.
He didn't say. He did, didn't he? He did, didn't he?
I was about to compliment you. What I learned today? Not jack shit from Skully. That's what I learned today.
You told me you hate the Tacoma. You were going to buy one and you sat in it. You even tried to get me not to buy it.
Yeah, I did. It's not comfortable.
You're too tall.
Why do you want to take the Toyota?
I didn't want to take the Tacoma. I was just telling you, for whatever reason, if the stuff... Because the statement that stuck in my head was, this is the smallest van we've ever got. So I equated with that with, it's going to be really tight. So, if you need somebody to drive another car, I'd drive the Tacoma.
We wouldn't take if we needed more room, we would take the fucking Dodge or the F-250.
Or what?
Both of those have been to Atlanta.
Yeah.
My point was, if you need somebody else to drive...
F-250 would be real fun to drive to Atlanta.
The lifted one?
Yeah.
I wouldn't drive that car.
We drive it.
You could. I won't. Those tires are about to split, now.
He's such a pussy.
That's true.
This motherfucker's never even seen a tire. He has never even driven behind a tire sparking. We drove fucking... When your tires are sparking, you got another 3 years to go.
Okay. The Panamera those tires were it was 66.
Those tires on the Panamera,
because it wasn't aligned,
were 6 months old. Those Pure Zeros, those Pirellis,
66 miles an hour. It was manageable. The dash would click 67, and it would and all over. And I texted Amanda. I was like, how the fuck have you been? Because we went to Jackson the week before, and I was like, she's like, you'll be fine. I was butt clenched the whole time.
Because Amanda just muscles it. She just muscles it in there.
They were
there's 250 extra pounds in there without a passenger. Amanda weighs 130 pounds.
Those were some of there's the tire tread, then there's the wear bars, then there's the metal. like the right,
Yeah.
and then there's you work past that.
But
I was
that's
past
all,
that.
But that's all a warm up for the metal. Like you might.
No, we were through the
It
metal.
might take 4 years to get to the metal.
We were
the metal.
through the metal.
You get at least a year on the metal.
Yeah.
We were through the middle, but we got there.
We went to.
I wouldn't drive around the parking lot.
Okay.
Until the tires
So
got
what's
ordered.
your takeaway?
From today?
Yeah, what'd you
legit. Like, there's a few times I've seen you completely like step out of a situation and hand like, here you go, do it, and he was like, whatever Skully says, and I was like, okay. So that if you're not a Tetris king, like something's wrong.
I did say that, didn't I? I told him. He goes, what's gonna? I go, and I told him it.
Yeah.
Where were we? At the taco shop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you and I could totally like
Yeah. That's what he
put
said.
shit in there,
Yeah.
and then put a pillow in between here,
Yeah.
and put some beer koozies
Pack
in
it to the
between
gills.
this bin, and put some combat
That's
and like
easy.
stuff in there. I go, and we'll be like,
There's no room.
there's no fucking possible way to put more shit in here, but we need more room. And Jeff would unload it and fucking put it all back. He'd take it out of 2 trucks and put it all in 1 truck.
Yeah.
You did throw me for a loop.
With
I was concerned.
About the
I
little-
was
about the
concerned.
small van.
No, I was concernicus about the stand because we've never taken a stand before.
But we can put shit inside there.
Not really.
No.
No, the plexiglass is a little wonky.
it took the stand. If you took the stand out, I mean it's in now. But if you took the stand out, you could.
Yeah, everything in the excursion would go in there.
Yeah.
But that
The
was the only
excursion would be
only
empty.
thing I was actually worried about because I was like,
excursion would be empty.
I don't know how I'm going to do it, but worked out. We got it all in
Figure it
there.
out. I saw one sliver. I'm not going to tell you where. I'm just going to let it eat you alive.
No, it won't eat me at all because everything we needed to
There's-
take is in the van.
Yeah. He was shoving stuff like just shit in other places. I was like, holy shit! I didn't even think you were going to do that.
We got it all.
Ooh, this is fucking good.
Make Pierre drive everything on a scooter.
This is good. You can tell Rappaport stopped doing the artwork and had his wife start doing it. Ooh, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's slick.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
That's fucking sharp with the fucking shot glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, do it. That's baller. You spelled combat wrong. See what he says. It's not really spelled wrong.
Skully's Mexican heritage allows him to pack the van. I think it's 20 years in the military.
I don't know anything about Mexican heritage. I'm not Mexican.
I've seen Skully carry 2 wall lockers 1.5 miles on his back.
Was there stuff in them?
I needed the wall lockers.
But was there stuff in them?
I needed the wall lockers.
I'm like, why don't you take the building? Bring me the building brick by brick.
Imagine.
All right, what else did you learn today? Were the tacos good?
They were pretty good. I'm gonna wait till we go to the place in Franklin. And
When
we
you got a
can do side by
motherfucker,
side.
when you have a motherfucker challenge
They
you,
were good.
hey Skully, we're gonna go and get the best carnita tacos I've ever had. Do you go and order a cheeseburger?
No, you don't. You don't go. That's like me ordering
A cheeseburger when Chef
no.
makes scallops.
That's like me when John used to take me to sushi all the time, and I'd be like, "Give me some chicken."
You didn't tell me to get carnitas. You said the best tacos.
Every time I've taken
So what did you
every
get?
time I have taken a man,
Pastor.
he doesn't even know what that is.
I don't
See?
even know what that is.
Pork.
I'm not Mexican.
Every single
Pastor.
time I have taken a man to the taco shop, I order my shit and I'm like, "What do you want?" He goes, "Whatever you get." I'm like, "Is this awesome?" He goes, "Yes, this is awesome."
Because that's the way. That's
So why don't you just say I'm ordering for you?
Because I let you make your mistakes.
Okay.
Have I not just let Pierre run Pierre's program?
yes.
More
Pierre-
so than anybody else ever
Yeah,
has.
definitely.
But see, now you're making me question. You're making me question my decision.
Has it ever worked out one time yet?
Yes.
What? Name it.
The bungee.
Bungee.
What?
Pushing the bungee in the thing.
We had to redo all those slings.
No, because he fed him in backwards. You can keep your straight
The
face
one,
better.
the one time Pierre gets involved and the fucking dude loads fucking 200.
I don't even know how he loaded them backwards.
He has made.
You realize he had to like. I don't even like. Even I looked at him like, how the fuck are you like
He has made
a bazillion springs?
10,000 of those
Slings.
slings. And the one time you're back there, he does them backwards.
Okay.
El Pastor is Arab tacos, literally. So dude's in there. So the chick up front, like, she can't speak. I'm like,
So they don't use the truck anymore, right?
She's new.
so chick up front speaks no English. I'm like,
Yeah.
quesadilla, please. Yo quiero Taco Bell. I'm like, quesadilla, please. With steak? No, just queso. Cheese, queso, quesadilla. So then I'm like, 2 carnita tacos, 2 shrimp tacos. And she goes, shrimp taco. I go, camarones tacos. So she goes in the back and gets a dude, and he comes up front, and he seems like he's a little disgruntled, right? I'm like,
Here we go.
hey man, what's up? Where are you from? He's like, he was pretty heavy fucking Spanish, right? The accent. I get Idaho. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, surely this motherfucker didn't just say Idaho. I go, we came from San Diego 10 years ago, and all the Mexican food in Tennessee sucks. It's terrible, except here. I drive an hour to come get tacos here. He's like, and he goes, oh, we got you, bro. He goes, we will make it the best. He goes, yeah, I came from Idaho to here. I go, yeah, we San Diego, man. He's like, all right. So I think he's the owner. He's like, I got you, bro. Yeah. Idaho. He goes, yeah, I came down here to work. I should have been like, where are your women?
Yeah, that always works out.
We're gonna bring Ed down here for a class.
Okay. What's the class gonna be?
How to hire Mexican ladies to sew. I'm literally gonna pay him whatever he wants to come to a class, and we're gonna go and fucking run around and find some fucking sewers.
It'll be good. We hook up. Over the weekend we were putting a lamp up in the kitchen, and I go, Jess, are you sure this light switch right here controls
that?
This?
What he's asking is, am I about to get the fuck shocked out of me?
Because there's 3 lights.
I haven't even heard this.
Because I saw some wire right there, so it sparked it. So there's 3 lights. There's one above the sink. There's this like fluorescent.
Touch that and see if that's on.
Okay. There's one of these in the kitchen, and then right next above the counter, there's another. And I'm like, are we sure that this light switch flips both of these? And she's like, yes. I go, awesome. So I flip the light switch down. The light turns off. I bring the stepladder, and I'm like, all right, hold it. And like wires are touching, and it's like all types of shit's going on. And I was like, all right, I'm going to turn the light on.
You should have been like, give me a bucket of water to stand in.
I'll turn the light on. You know what I mean? You shove your head up there if you see anything spark or something.
Oh, so you have her up there.
No, we put it up there, but she's standing on the counter just to look after it's all bolted up.
To see if there's any sparks.
There's just some, whatever, right?
That's how I test all my electric.
So I flipped,
looking for sparks.
I flipped the switch, and it doesn't turn on. Or, no. Yeah, I flipped the switch, it doesn't turn on. There's no light bulbs. So, like, I turn the switch on, obviously nothing happens, there's no light bulbs, and I'm like, okay, it's good. Like, switch the light off. She brings me light bulbs, and I go, and I get to that final, and it just lights up, and I was like, holy shit, because I was a couple weeks earlier, I was replacing
that's awesome.
A socket, and I thought the socket was cut off.
And he wonders why we didn't let him fucking pull the ballast out of these lights.
No, those are easy.
Like, we got some tricky
No, these
ones.
are...
You have to cut some wires.
Yeah, but these have a plug that pull them out of the power.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Did you not see the fucking bare wires on all those ballasts?
The one that's burnt out over there has a plug that comes out of... Right, so you have to...
Right, the one you put in is not like this.
But you can affix that plug to the new one.
I see that Molly's logged back on. Earlier she said she had not shot any porn in quite a while.
Yeah.
And now I see her back, so I'm guessing she has fulfilled,
those
fulfilled that
2-minute clips. You get...
Is that what it is?
You want a minute.
The thumbnail?
The thumbnail. You get them in with the 30-second clip, and then you sell them the...
I like the one where the chick's in Mexico. There's usually a horse and a 5-gallon bucket.
I don't know what the bucket's for.
You don't know what the bucket's for?
No. Is it? No, I don't. You go ahead and tell me.
Molly will tell you.
She might try to show me. That's what's scary.
No, I don't think so. I would definitely watch that.
Who wouldn't?
She'll come back. She always comes back. Laugh out loud. Fucking Liberty. Freedom Inc., you will never get your multicam. Just let me have my purple shit and anything else I want from SOE.
Don't judge me.
We're not judging you.
We're
we're all for you.
Yeah.
If you were a fucking sparkly vampire, we'd be doing sparkly vampire shit.
We'd be standing on the sidelines with a towel and a
Episode 100 must be a no ET. You know the sparkly vampire, right?
No.
Edward, what was that called?
Batman?
He's playing Batman.
Fucking horrible. Twilight?
Oh, the
Twilight
guy
dude is Batman.
Yeah, but you think about the last
version of the vampire.
I didn't think what's his face was that bad.
The last vampire or the last Batman picks have all been kind of like
Christian Bale. I thought that was fucking pretty good.
No, Christian was awesome,
but they picked
Ben Stiller. Not Ben Stiller.
I never saw
Ben Stiller would be an awesome Batman. He'd be an awesome Batman.
Ben
actually was Ben
Affleck.
Stiller.
Yeah,
Ben
Ben-
Affleck.
I never saw that.
They picked Ben
It's
Affleck.
not bad.
He was
But
good
it's
in.
just not-
He was good in The Accountant.
Did you watch the movie on? Was it Netflix where they're like Rangers?
I've never seen Netflix.
There's a
Where
movie.
they're robbing the coke trade guys. or
Yeah.
whatever? That looked pretty good. I thought
it
that was
wasn't bad.
HBO.
Man, I think it was Netflix.
I don't have either of them.
You can use my login, which is just as dad's login.
I'll just call Hannah and get your. I'll call Hannah and
Call
get your.
Hannah. She knows what mine is. I don't know what it is.
Fucking 10 people on that login.
Episode 100 must be a no ETA item. Jamie Blackwell says waffles with crunchy peanut butter spread. I don't even need to read the rest of it.
You should go to hell for
You're
crunchy
banned.
peanut butter.
Yeah. Fucking peanut butter on waffles. Some of the original PTO engines, both steam and combustion, still work.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I talked to
that's
Coleman
'cause-
Tractor, and they're like, "We'll drop your tractor off tomorrow."
I don't believe it.
I seen it happen.
I don't believe
He
it.
sent an email.
I'm literally on Facebook Marketplace. I get a note for. I get like I love Facebook Marketplace, right? Totally killed fucking Craigslist. Like as soon as they took all the fucking porn off of Craigslist, or escorts, whatever they were, right? Like it died, and Facebook Marketplace popped up like a fucking tulip. So they give a notification. I click on it, and I'm scrolling through, and we're sitting there. Amanda's talking to the chick at the car rental place, right? And I'm like, oh, Kubota tractor. Ask for a quote. Click. I'm like, I would like one of these Kubota tractors. This one. Click. They text Amanda. Like, we're not even to the other place, and they've texted Amanda. Like, which Kubota tractor would you like? I'm like, the SV95 with a big bucket, grapple, and there was something else. Forks, full enclosure, air conditioning.
And heated seat.
Heated air conditioning seat, whatever.
Gangster.
So they're like, okay, 0% interest, 62 months. Fucking, we'll have it there tomorrow.
He told me to wait till he came back from Blade. In stock.
Let's see when it gets here.
That didn't happen at all. Everything happened, except they're like, he's like, what fucking tractor do you want? So I told him, and I haven't heard back from him.
Oh.
They did text Amanda, like, right away. I'm like, and I even said, I gave them her number. I go, this is the number. It's going to go under Willis LLC, fucking whatever. And I go, the best way to contact me is text. And I gave him my number. So what did he do? Fucking texted the number I told him not to text. And fucking spelled my name wrong.
Yeah, that sounds like them.
So
That's the head of my security detail when we go to
Ed
overseas.
Hubble?
Yeah.
he said he'll kill some men, but he'll apologize.
Yeah, as he's doing it, which I am totally okay with. Anyway, if anything, I prefer the courtesy.
The courtesy of crying.
Well, I don't think he'll be crying. I think he'll just be like, "Hey man, I'm so sorry." I'll be doing the crying in the corner.
He'll do the apologizing.
Yeah.
Some of the original PTO engines, dump box into house, then the party can start. Well, man, I'm really not understanding half of these comments. What do y'all think about the TAPS Act?
I probably should have looked that up yesterday, but I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Time to start counting podcasts and Roman numerals. You know I can't fucking read Roman numerals. I know there's some method to it, but
I think I can.
we don't have to use chopsticks anymore. We have fucking.
We won that war.
V is 5, and then you keep adding. X is 10.
But we won that war. We don't need
I'm
to.
not gonna go with.
But that's it.
We're not gonna make our launch codes out of you might know Roman numbers.
I'm pretty sure I'm right. I am correct.
Have you ever thought about making a split stacked 8 mag chest rig? We actually do make a split mag 8 mag chest rig. There's the sample out there is actually in 6 color desert. It's the fucking coolest rig in the world. But well, I'm thinking 308 8 mag. That's a big fucking rig. Fucking 8 mags of 308. We do. We actually used to have it on the website. It didn't push. Like it just didn't take off. So when we kind of streamlined some of the stuff off of there, that one didn't make it back onto the new website. If you want something like that, Daniel Durham, I'm sure I'm slaughtering your name. Just send me an email and we'll talk about it.
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
following modified remains. Very cool. Super cool shit. Modified remains stuff is very cool. Damn, seeing how James and Skully get when they are talking about the 10mm, I guess I'm going to get me a Glock 40. Isn't a Glock 40 a 40 cal? No. Keep up. I'm thinking 23. Keep up the great podcast. It gives me something to listen to while I'm operating the backhoe here at work. I work for the water department in my city. Austin, tell the water department to stop being fucking cheap and to get you a skid steer with a bucket and an excavator. If you have those two things, didn't I say that today? I said if you got those two things,
you can do anything.
You can do 99.9% of the shit you need to do.
See, Ed Hubble said I was right.
Ed Hubble said you're not right.
Yeah, he said C is 100, M is 1,000.
It's just like I thought. Right here. Ed said...
Oh, I didn't see that message.
Ed said you're fucking wrong.
Yeah, I didn't see that message. Damn, Ed, why didn't you send me that one?
You guys need to make some straight out of Camden patches. Somebody did that, didn't they? We had the parental advisory straight out of Compton. We had the artwork for it. Marcus? But I think Marcus already made those. I need a fishing rig. Do you make something compatible? Man, a lot of dudes use our AKM4 micros. You can put stuff in there. You could also use a PALS micro with a utility pocket or an Nalgene pouch or a bottle pouch or a zippered utility pocket, and then use our NSW chest rig, our NSW admin panel, because it folds down, and you can put a sheet of plastic in there to make it rigid, so it has Velcro and shit on there, so you can use your ties and stuff off of there. And then it has some points where you can do, lanyards and shit with it. We probably should market something in that manner. John, I've listened to all the podcasts, and they're awesome. A long time ago, on a live feed, you told me something about following my dreams and making things happen. Well, I listened and moved to New Mexico 3 years ago and escaped California. I'm getting shit done and following your lead. Life has never been better. That's cool. You got a couple states over. If you just go a few more, you'll actually have rain and woods and dirt. Unless you're like in a fireworks. Is he about to tell me he makes fireworks? Because that'd be a perfect place for fireworks. Or dinosaurs. If you hunt dinosaurs, that might work. Thanks for the inspiration. And to all the haters, fuck off. I've had orders that I've waited 3 years for. We're trying, man. Like that 3-year wait and shit. There's some packs out there still. Fucking, we have a bunch of them cut. 80% of our shit right now is shipping same or next day, though. We are shipping same or next day. 80% of our shit, right?
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to Skully too. I love his stories and insight.
Thank you for escaping California. You should not spend any tax dollars in California.
I've never heard somebody say, I'm leaving California.
What did the chick say today?
Everything is escape.
Yeah. It's a fucking...
Everybody says...
It's a penal colony.
Here's my problem with that chick, and I didn't get a chance to talk to her.
It's a penal colony.
We were checking the cars out and shit. She had a really heavy southern accent for being, very recently out of California.
It's cool to be country, man. Like, she's probably...
Right, she was saying y'all and shit, and I was like...
She probably wants to be a country singer, came here, and did a bunch of fucking dirty porn.
Jackson ain't the place for her.
Yeah, she didn't even make it in it. She probably ended up fucking
I could
porn.
see her some amateur porn.
You want to make money, man, you gotta wait a lot of tables or suck a little bit of dicks. Okay. I don't think porn's what it used to be. It's all free.
Everybody's doing it now.
That's
what I don't understand.
It's all monetized.
You got to be really good at porn, and then dudes will pay you to fuck.
So you got people that get paid to do things to themselves and people to do stuff to them, right? So that's a bit, I understand that, right? Like, if there's a monetary exchange, I totally get that. I don't understand the amount of chicks that show their butthole on the internet for nothing.
It's never for nothing.
You go on Reddit, man. There's a whole lot of chicks that are strictly marketing.
Yeah, but they're
hey,
you have to pay to see it.
No,
so
they're an influence.
So everything's moved to Reddit now.
There's a lot of porn.
We're on Reddit. So I don't ever go to Reddit.
Yeah,
I didn't even know what Reddit was. I heard it's like the fucking dirty. It's where the septic tank ends on the fucking internet.
That's 4chan. This is right above it.
So. If you look on,
this is the toilet.
When you log into Shopify, do you see our analytics?
Yes.
On social media,
I believe.
Push?
Oh yeah.
So we always come up on Reddit. Like, we're always on Reddit. We are always being talked about on Reddit. And when I click it, it takes me to the link where they're talking about us. Yeah. That's the only time I ever go to Reddit.
Reddit's got a lot of dirty shit on it.
Well, when you
But
find
that's-
it, just
that's-
send it to me and I'll look at it. and
But
tell
that's
you
what
if
they
it's
call.
good or not.
There's a one subreddit called Sharpies, or not safe for work Sharpies, and the record right now is 24 Sharpies in a chick's butthole.
In the butthole.
Yeah, the Sharpie is capside out, obviously. So
You have to look at when you're looking at those. When you're looking at Reddit and you're looking at girls showing their butthole.
Yeah.
Those are influence peddlers, and they get paid based off of the
clickbait.
amount of
They're
people.
trying,
It's every
I'm
time
pretty
somebody.
sure
It's every time somebody clicks on that, because like
William Bolton, we are in Camden, Tennessee. SOEtacticalgear.com is the website. We do not sell any buttholes. We do not sell pornography, despite what's being talked about right here. We're actually recording a podcast.
I'm pretty sure that is not true.
it's true.
Okay.
Joe talks. I mean, I say this. Rogan talks about this in his
Instagram
special,
and stuff like that. I'm with
where
you.
they're
But Reddit, I'm pretty
3
sure.
million 3 million followers, but that's
Yeah, but there's no followers like that on it. That's
that
what
stuff
I'm saying.
is probably crossing over. Like you show your butthole on Reddit, but it's really on.
Yeah, data mines do.
Maybe. Okay.
You know,
Maybe.
I'm guessing, but chicks.
There's probably, I think,
How many-
There's
this
a
too,
lot
let me
of
tell
like
you.
really anal ink is one of them. Like,
I like
just
it.
tattooed
yeah, the chick
buttholes?
with the octopus tattoo.
but there's a lot of chicks.
okay, I
with
can tell you what's going on.
All right.
It's just like, so we get dinged. I'll tell you exactly what's going on because I know. We get dinged on Facebook when we have music on.
Okay.
Right? We do not get dinged on Instagram. So I can record anything I want on Instagram, share it to Facebook, and I do not get dinged from Facebook's algorithms. Tumblr has redone all their porn shit, right?
there's no more
So
porn on
Tumblr,
there.
Tumblr was not there is. It's there. You just have to find it and repopulate it. It's there. So Tumblr is fucking going through and removing all the porn.
Yeah.
If you share it to Tumblr from another place,
It doesn't.
i.e. Reddit, it does not fucking ding it. That's what's going on. Tumblr has been completely repopulated. You just have to find whatever it is you're into and find the one piece and then see who they shared it from and then just start building
There's
it back.
there's some fucked up shit. I mean, there's.
Just like for you guys that don't know, Tumblr had a ton of fucking porn on there, right? And there was people on there with fucking millions of followers, and Tumblr went through and killed it just like fucking Instagram and everybody else did.
High mileage holes.
What does that look like?
What are you doing on the weekend, Pierre?
Telling you, man. You just start fucking around with it because the problem is once it gets so there's like an all page. So like the popular stuff. So
Where are we at now?
Reddit.
Reddit.
So like when somebody if
Let me write that down.
if something
I'll
gets
send it to you.
All right,
if something
let's get
gets
that link.
a lot of like traction, it gets to the front. Think of like the front of your feed on Facebook or something like that. So
it's all porn at the front.
no, it's not. They kind of got bought out by the Chinese or something. So it's been like throttled. So it's just not all
What's your other favorites? High mileage holes.
high mileage holes. Glorp is funny. They put
Glorb.
Glorp. GLROP. Glorp. GL.
It's
Oh,
so,
RP.
so good he doesn't know what it is.
So they put the googly eyes on various appendages. So, anal ink.
I feel like that's a tattoo studio.
It's
I feel like Derek's
Derek's
at Anal
tattoos.
Ink. Oh, that's because they
High mileage holes. See, Molly knows about. There's anything you can think of. Here's the challenge. Anything you can think of.
Molly knows it.
There's a subreddit for.
Do you see how Facebook Marketplace, how people get around gun sales?
No,
You know how they do it?
no. It's selling the
I-
carpet.
I find it all the time now.
Selling the carpet or something.
No, well they'll just put the case. They'll put a rifle case, and then
Oh.
there'll be rifle case, $400. PM me for more information.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to give away goats. Give them
Yeah,
away.
give them away.
And they kept dinging. I could not post a fucking picture of a goat. I couldn't post a fucking free goat. I couldn't post a goat for sale.
Yeah.
I posted free meat.
Yeah.
I just wanted the fucking goats gone. And we couldn't do it. Google Rule 43.
Oh, Rule 43 on the internet is anything can be porn. So there's like,
Holy shit, Jeff Sarge, he knows. Glorp. Glory hole in a ball orb. Glorp.
I think that's right.
If Zarge is saying it, I'm telling you he knows.
And a ball orb.
John, I've listened to all your podcasts and they're awesome. A long time ago we did that one. Why not just pack the base with some tannerite? I don't know what you're talking about.
What
but I
base?
like where you're going.
the poles.
Why would
Oh,
you do that?
to.
Why would you do that?
Well, and it wouldn't. It really doesn't work the way you think it does.
Here you go. This is glorious. How long is this?
What you think happens when you expire? Gold road in heaven, black nothingness, reborn again.
Give it a minute.
It's
got to evolve. Give it a minute. It's got to evolve.
Is that powdered sugar?
Yeah, that's the argument. Nobody's figured it out.
There, she's gonna.
It's got to be powdered sugar.
Something's coming out of there.
It's got to be powdered
She's
sugar.
probably about to poop or something.
It's definitely powdered sugar. It's Russian powdered sugar. That's what I'm getting from this.
So glorp is that you put the googly eyes on stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely powdered sugar.
That's a big carrot. What do you think?
Oh
happens?
man, you're raw dogging it, girl. You might want to.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, didn't
Merry
she?
Christmas. There's your snowman.
She should do some.
Okay, can we do another one of these?
Another one. What? You want to see another one? Oh, that one was over. Oh, another one of these.
Hey guys, thanks for the great show. I listened to Jack Spirko on Spotify for the first time last week after you mentioned his name. The first 5 minutes into the podcast, he said he was from a town in Pennsylvania called Pottsville. Turns out we grew up in the same town and we went to the same high school. His dad did like bootleg coal mining, like not for the company, like just went up and dug fucking his own mine and shit.
Side shaft.
Yeah, that's where like Jack as a kid was going in there and like doing that shit. And then when the coal mining business died, they abandoned all that equipment up there. So as a kid, Jack would go up there and scrap all that shit. He'd hike all the way up there and fucking pull the copper out of shit and drag backpacks of it down and recycle that shit. I think he is about 15 years older than me, but I sent him a message and he responded right away. He seems like a great guy. I bought a few acres and the house my wife grew up in after her father's passing last year in central Pennsylvania. So I think his podcast may help me with the country living projects. Thanks again. Man, you will gain so much. Holy shnikes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. Hi.
Where is she? I thought you said she's out of town.
No, they're back.
She's back. I told you could go home early, and you're like, no, Gina's out of town. I don't need to go home early. That did not happen.
And nobody
played.
that.
I played that in my head, and I thought I just fucking got sidetracked. But we thought you were out of town for your birthday. You're gonna need to throttle back a little bit on those fucking pictures, though, Gina. You're gonna have to tone that down a little bit, girl. You want to read since Gina's on here?
No, that's.
Colorado has a decent-sized Mexican community. You're not allowed to call them Mexicans anymore.
What are they?
In Colorado?
So, we got a few pretty good authentic Mexican restaurants. Little hole-in-the-wall places. Like this Mexican lady down in Brighton. You call ahead 24 hours and she'll make big batches of fajitas ready to cook for a party. The thing is, she sells it out of her garage and gives you like 25 pounds of meat, marinade, and veggies in a clear 55-gallon trash bag for like 30 or 40 bucks, depending on the steak or chicken. That's fucking awesome.
That is awesome.
Seems sketchy as fuck.
Delicious.
It is.
But the best damn... Well, they're going to... the marinade in there is going to kill anything.
Yeah.
The fucking vinegar and shit in there. Best damn fajitas I've ever had, laugh out loud. One of my right-hand guys that worked for me years ago, Mexican dude, and one hell of a worker, convinced me to buy this and cook it instead of pizzas to feed my guys on the job site that would volunteer to do the extra shitty weekend work with me. Got you. What's that thing Josh cooked on? Like a plow blade or something? Taco Tuesday?
Yeah, on a plow blade.
Josh was on the live feed earlier.
Was he?
He did not speak.
There's a place in
our
Nashville.
Our Mexican places have Mexicans. It just for some reason,
They can't make...
as soon as they get to Camden, they're just whitewashed. They can't make any Mexican food.
There's a restaurant in Nashville. This lady runs out of her house, and they're only open in the summer, in the warmer months, and she only cooks a certain amount. And like my buddy of mine at work was like, "You have to wake up early one day and go to this place." He's like, "You got to get in line." He goes, "It's the best." He's like, "Literally, this is the best food I've ever had in my life." And she sells out by 1 o'clock, closes up, cleans her house, makes a shit ton of money.
That's cool. I've heard you talk about setting up for Blade Show a few times over the years. Check out Grapevine Industries. Their owner is somehow related to the owner of the store I worked for, and they specialize in designing and creating booths for trade shows. I believe they also can arrange to set up and break down, and also believe they store the booth setups for companies. That's cool, man. Skully, lots of talk about Trump banning silencers. He said just before he jumped onto a helicopter, I don't like them. Well, he didn't like bump stocks either. Would he be able to ban an NFA item the way he backdoored bump stocks? Thanks for keeping the podcast going till episode 503.
I don't know anything's possible, but I don't think so. I don't think I don't think, when people were talking about that, I don't think he understands, and I'm sure he will be educated shortly, that it's an NFA item that the federal government actually controls it. So it's just like when you looked at, if you watched any of the reporting on the Virginia shooting, the FBI kept saying the guns were bought legally. The guns were bought legally. They never said anything about the NFA item, because that puts that potato in their lap. Now they're holding this fucking hot potato silencer that they approved. He didn't make it in his garage. He approved it.
What happened? I don't even know what happened. Some dude with a silencer went and killed some people?
Dude with 245s goes into his job, quits. 45s, by the way.
Yeah, I saw
quits
that.
his job. They're like, just, hey, guess what? I'm not going to work here anymore. And then he commenced to going through the building, shooting everybody. Shot 15 people, killed 11.
I heard or saw, I guess I saw it on Facebook this morning. Somebody in Texas with a suppressed pistol or suppressed gun has killed 3 transgender women.
I don't know. I didn't see. I don't
saw
know.
that.
3 separate incidents over 90 days or something.
The third transgender person.
And did they
killed.
catch him?
But see,
so how do they know it's a
so
suppressor?
I saw it was on the news at the gym this morning. So I saw but it almost seems like, I wasn't really paying attention, so I should go back and see what the article said. But it almost just seemed like third transgender person passes away. Basically, is what it sort of kind of sounded like. It didn't sound like it was like there's a manhunt for a guy that's chasing down trannies. You know what I mean? It just says.
Somebody says happened right down the road. Some dude got pissed, blasted a bunch of fools at his job. I heard he bought it from a shop and he didn't do tax stamp or any paperwork.
Well, that's on the shop.
Well, that's a shop problem. I guess they're gonna.
Yeah. What kind of shop's gonna just hand you?
I believe if here's the thing, if in fact he had an illegal suppressor, and I'm just saying this,
They'd be all
if
over
in
the
fact
news
it was
with that
illegal, I believe that the FBI would be like, this fucking thing was illegal. But the FBI is not saying anything. That leads me to believe that those motherfuckers knew he had it.
So,
which is no big, I mean...
So, when it comes to NFA stuff in a shop, when you have that license, the ATF shows up unannounced.
Yeah.
Anytime.
24 hours they can inspect. They're supposed to, I believe it has to be certain hours, but up to 3 times a year or something, they can inspect any 24 hours.
So now as a
I could be completely wrong on
as
that.
as a like me or you, right? Like they can come to you and say, "Hey, we need to set an appointment to come by to check your shit out." But as a shop, they just walk in. So
Or they just shoot your dog and burn your house down.
So it would be very you're not gonna find a guy that's gonna have get that license that's gonna oh, give me the $300 and then here, take the can, and when the paperwork comes in, the paperwork comes in. Nobody really does that.
Nobody gives you a suppressor.
A few episodes ago, y'all talked about the stuff you moved across the country and talked about your dive equipment. Do y'all still find the opportunity to dive? No, what I said was I left all my dive equipment. There are dudes here that dive. It's really, I don't know why it surprises me anymore, but I'll be driving in Nashville or somewhere and see a fucking building with a dive flag on it, and it's a dive school, There's freshwater diving here. Camden right here, Benton County, used to be super, we still have it. It's still kind of open and it's still operating. Pearl diving here, freshwater pearls. They make mother of pearl out of the shell and stuff. That was the industry here. When things were really booming, that was huge for the economy. They shopped it for a bunch of TV shows and stuff, and that all fucking died out. It's very few. We went over there to look. That dude came here trying to sell those sewing machines to us.
Yeah.
And I drove down there, and his operation's fucking big. It's 6 acres, and it's all concrete divided walls and trommels and shit. And they had some stuff they're shipping out. They're shipping out fucking semi trucks of this shit. But he said everybody's buying it from China.
It's all coming out of China.
The industry here in the States is fucking dead. So no, I have not dove in 12 years probably. You?
No.
Did you ever?
Yeah.
I've never done it.
Yeah.
Well, you can't swim.
I can.
You He's definitely scared of water.
I'm not.
He is.
I'm not.
Look at him.
I'm not.
His hair. Not scared of water?
His fur is hollow though. It flows really good.
Fur is hollow.
Molly said so.
Molly didn't say it was hollow.
She said that you float really well. Okay. That's why you're warm in the cold water.
Okay. The problem with the panda thing is it reminds me of
the problem with the panda thing is everybody's gonna be like, holy fuck, from this day forward you are Kung Fu Panda.
Can we just stick with green pants?
Kung Fu.
I was happy with green
pants.
Hashtag
Kung Fu Panda.
Millennial green pants?
If you were an appliance, what appliance would you be?
What would I be or what I want to be?
Okay, what do you want to be?
I don't know.
He clearly thought about this last night.
My gut went to go to like vibrator, but
no, appliance, like kitchen appliance. What do you think you'd be?
You want to say it on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Rice cooker.
A rice
cooker. You're just ramming this fucking panda thing down my throat.
What is rice cooker? What is rice cooker?
You said it earlier.
With panda?
You said it earlier. I'm not letting it happen.
The hair drags him down. Skully, y'all want beer. William Bolton, thank you. I don't drink any beer.
I don't drink beer anymore either.
Nobody drinks piss here. Before you say anything else, it's all piss.
Giant green egg. She said you'd be a giant green egg.
That's not an appliance, you dumb bitch. I say that as a term of...
I think you just fucking threw in the gauntlet there.
Molly
said she wasn't coming to Blade. I'll bet you she fucking shows up at Blade now.
That's fine. I ain't scared of Molly.
You told me yesterday you are scared of Molly. He said, this much. I go, that's not much. He goes, it's as far as my fingers will go.
Yeah, that's more. I can't spread my arms wide enough.
William Bolton, where are you bringing us? Are you out in my lobby? Where are you at, man?
He said earlier, do you want coffee or beer?
Thank you, man. We don't, just all we ask is if you like what we're doing, just fucking tell a friend about our podcast, man. When you're listening to the podcast or watching it on YouTube or whatever, if there's something that clicks and it makes you think of somebody, just fucking send them a screenshot of that episode and tell them skip to minute 23 or whatever.
See, like now she's trying to be like careful, bitch. Like I'm scared of her.
He has a scared look on. Like I mean,
it's not a wild thing for us to throw mats down and have some. Have a fight down.
Babyhead got choked out by 3 different people.
Bring it, bitch.
To include a girl.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Babyhead.
Skully, lots of talk about Trump banning something. We did that one.
Yeah.
Few updates to that one. I think maybe it's clear that to help with Pierre's lack of watching instructional videos you have sent him, you need to install a re-education room. I like it, Clockwork Orange. I see exactly where you're going with this. Where he can be sat in front of a video screen and have his eyes propped open. That might also help with your employees. You never know. What you don't know is I actually have eye speculums right upstairs.
What's the difference between eye speculums and anal speculums?
The anal speculum is like a vaginal speculum, except that actually when you push it, it opens the other direction, whereas the vaginal opens this way, right? Like a duck bill. Right. I like to take those and take taxidermy ducks and cut their bills off and put those on, so they have...
So you take the whole duck and put it in the vagina to squeeze it?
No.
Oh.
But an eye speculum is like a micro meter. It's like a meteorite, and it has these little fucking prongs, and it opens the eye up as you turn it. And it stays in place. They also have oral speculums.
That would be really cool in a gynecologist's office. Somebody with a duck. Just all right, here we go, ladies.
The speculum.
Here comes the speculum. Mr. Quackers.
Nicole messed with it. Jason, I was fucking around. That shit was not spelled wrong. During the last podcast, Man Bear got, he's talking about you, whatever he said.
Damn.
But I just saw it. It's not even on this video. It just came through as a highlight for the YouTube. Every time I hear some millennial crying about freeing Shamu,
I haven't cried about shit.
I'm like, why do we say you?
Because you looked at me. And I'm a millennial.
Because you're moving around.
No, because I'm a millennial.
Babyhead, sit still.
Don't call me babyhead.
That's the one that really gets him.
It is. This is the one. I think it cuts.
Because I don't piss in a fucking bottle. If you call me babyhead, I'll piss in a bottle.
We figure you're going to anyways. We're checking your room before we leave.
That's
I know she added another bottle. Right on. Every time I hear some millennial crying about Shamu, I'm like, okay, we can release all of them. But before we do it, we get to drop you you them in the middle of the desert. If you survive, then we will release them.
Cool.
As for welding and robotic welders, I programmed the Modaman for changeovers and crashes when they happen at the shop I work in. Have you ever seen a robot smash a man? I hear that it happens pretty frequently, like every quarter. Like they have an acceptable loss is like one body a quarter.
They just had.
Imagine how it is in Russian factories. What's their acceptable?
I don't
loss?
know if you've seen it, but they just had a like a person robot, but it has wheels on its base, so it's just a tall robot that drives and delivers stuff.
It has no head.
I don't know if it has a head or not because it was knocked over, but it was going across a crosswalk to go deliver like a fucking sandwich to somebody.
Some little bully.
No, a unmanned autonomous car ran into it and knocked it over. So they're talking about how we've got it all wrong. There's going to be a great robot war. It's not going to be the humans are going to get rid of.
Someone will always be needed to load. Someone will always be needed to fix crashes. But robotic welders cannot weld certain corners correctly or certain angles. Robots cannot TIG or stick weld. I did not know that. Robots cannot weld on site. If you want to have a job, learn how to weld. If you want to make money welding, learn everything metalworking you can. Real fabricators are few and far between. That's why we can go anywhere in the country and get a job. That journeyman license doesn't mean everything. What you know and can prove you know on the fly means everything. Good point, man.
Who was the welder in San Diego? The kid that used to come around all the time.
That was part of the fucking confidential informant, Matt.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Do you remember? Do you remember when we were driving to Las Vegas?
Yeah, and
do you remember they followed us to Las Vegas with an airplane? Mm-hmm. They were following him. Do you remember when we went to Las Vegas? All the weapons were in his truck. Mm-hmm. They stopped him at the border. You don't know any of this?
I don't. Well, I know secondhand.
Do you remember when he showed up in Las Vegas 3 hours late?
No.
They stopped him at that fucking border check and went through all the guns and shit. And then they gave him all the guns back and said, "Go on." It's because they followed him to us.
And the only reason why I know that about the border patrol checkpoint,
we were out there doing the photo shoot.
Well, when they took me in there, they pulled a picture out of one of Resignio's rifles. You know, they're like, "Do you recognize this?" And I'm like, "Oh fuck. I didn't know I left that rifle down there." Because I have the exact same rifle. And I'm like, yeah, I recognize that. And then they put it back. And the whole time I'm like, man, that's what I fucking must have just forgot it. I must have just left it, I must have just forgot it. And then later on when they're showing all my shit, I'm like, wait a minute, that's it right there. I have my rifle. Crazy.
They had a dude in China get caught in a carpet winder and spun him till it slinged his bones out. I saw that. Wow, greening the desert, mulching, terracing, water catchment, waste, fertilizer, gray water. It's everything we as a society have forgotten, and he is teaching this to ancient civilizations. Yeah, that's right, because we don't want to fucking change in the United States. Look at the runoff going into the oceans right now. Look at the Mississippi River Basin. Look at the California waterways and stuff. Like, it's a disaster, and it could be fixed, but they're not fucking fixing it. They're just fucking spraying more chemicals on it. Dora, what up? Gary Johnson, what's up? All right, that's it. That's all of that.
California's a desert.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait
go to Palm Springs and see what they're doing out there.
Zarge's description.
Yeah, Zarge's description of this one will be good.
Kip said show Pierre the video he sent you. I think you have a video on your phone. I have no idea what this is going to be.
Let's see.
I would turn the volume down.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
I don't have it. Oh. He didn't send me a video. He sent me a picture of a gold 1911.
That's a gold high point, Jeff.
Well, I mean, whatever. He didn't send me a video. Kip, you didn't send me a video.
I like that you have high point pictures.
I mean, high point it's a great.
It is the high. It is the pinnacle.
It's in its own right. At least high point. try to make it look good by shaving some of the material off to round the edges. I mean, Glock can't afford that, so at least High Point is trying.
All right, guys, we still have stuff to do. Donuts for breakfast. Are you gonna eat a donut tomorrow?
This is like, I feel like this is a trick question. You've asked it 3-4 times.
Where are you gonna get the donuts?
That's the question. Like, where are you gonna get? You got Walmart.
Camden Donut.
Oh, okay.
You better get there before 7 o'clock.
The dude has a cobra arm.
Like an arm with a cobra tattoo? Or
no, he was bitten by a cobra in his arm and it ate part of the flesh away.
Sounds about right. Is he Vietnamese?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds about right. Because they're always fucking around with cobras.
But that's not a cobra arm.
Well,
it's a cobra messed up arm.
Joey, what's up, man? I keep hearing people are fleeing California in droves. Yeah, I think that you're not being showed that on the normal media channels.
So do you want to get donuts tomorrow? Is that what you're saying? Or are you asking so somebody will be like, I'll grab some donuts tomorrow?
You're probably not the grabbing donut guy.
Who's brought you donuts? Who's brought you donuts?
If you were going to get donuts,
Pause.
what would you get?
Who's brought you donuts?
What would you get?
Who brought you donuts?
It doesn't stand out though. It's like being. Did I say these are the best donuts I've ever had?
You wanted Krispy Kreme donuts, and I brought you 4 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts.
They were all plain.
Because you said Krispy Kreme donuts.
If I said, Jeff, get me some Krispy Kreme donuts,
Jeff,
what would you do?
Jeff,
I would definitely not get 4 dozen of the same donut.
Krispy Kreme donut means the Krispy Kreme donut. You don't go get other donuts from Krispy Kreme.
You may be 100% right, but I would not get 4 dozen of the same
donut. There was like 30,
donut.
40 people working. I was trying to be generous.
Like,
the coolest part about that situation was
can I get
outside.
some lemon custard donuts, please?
No, that's just the devil. We're standing outside, right outside the kitchen, and Jaeger comes busting around the corner with 2 donuts, 1 in each hand.
Here?
Yeah, you know.
At the party.
No, here.
At the party here.
It was not. I don't think it was the party.
If James had a fucking donut in his
hand,
hand,
because he said. Here's why I know he didn't remember it, because he said that same thing. He goes, "I thought I'd never see you with a donut in your hand." And mouthful with donuts, a donut in each hand. Jaeger goes, "Not in uniform. You'll never see a donut in my hand in uniform." Yeah.
When I moved here, James wouldn't even drink coffee.
Yeah.
Now
he was loving
living wild.
Loving
Coffee with creamer. All right, guys. Everybody have a good night. Be safe.
So are we getting donuts tomorrow?
You're not.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, you didn't realize we were broadcasting the whole time?
No.
What do you think? I just typed